What's good, peeps? What is good? All right, I've got a feeling that this is going to be a long video, but we shall see. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget as well, please, to like and share the vids. Thank you so much, as always, to everyone that is doing that. I keep saying that we're close to 25,000. I think we might have already hit it, I think we might have hit 25,000 subs, peeps. Let me have a quick look. Oh no, we haven't. We're very close though. So we are at, bear in mind I'm filming this at 11 p.m. We're at 24,990. So we're that close, 10 away from 25,000. I never thought the channel would ever get to that, by the way. So thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Honestly, it means a lot. Thank you so much. No doubt, once we get to 25,000, we're going to say we want to get to 30. So, in fact, 30 is the next target already. 25 is already done. All right, where should we start? Only one place to start, really, isn't there? This is the Tyson Fury interview with IFL TV. A lot of you have reached out to me and says, Ade, what do you think of what he said? Looks like the fight's off. Looks like he's ducking AJ, blah, blah, blah. It's difficult for me to read Tyson Fury because, he's sometimes there, he's sometimes there. He's quite a difficult person to kind of understand. Maybe I'm reading this wrong because I've seen the comments on the video. A lot of people are saying things like, oh, he's obviously ducking AJ, blah. He's not ducking AJ. He's not. I'm an AJ fan. Tyson Fury's not ducking AJ. Tyson Fury, in that interview, again, I could be reading this wrong. He just seems like, almost like us. He seems just fed up. He seems fed up of the whole thing. Like, this is a guy that I think wants to box, right? Was going to fight Caballero, let's not forget that, in December. It seemed like because of financial reasons that fight got pulled. He just wants to have a fight. And I think he is tired of all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes, as most boxers are. Most of them are. He's tired about all the shit that goes on behind the scenes. And I think he's just fed up. That's the way I read his body language, some of the things he was saying. He just seems fed up, right? Because, he must hear all the things that Eddie says when Eddie says, oh, the fight's close, 90% done. And Bob says, oh, the fight is, we're moments away from signing it. And Frank says things like, the only thing stopping this fight is now where it's going to be. And he must hear all that and think, shut up. Like, you're all chatting shit. That's what I read from his body language, and what he was saying. I think he's just fed up, like all of us, and all the people that are saying things like, oh, he's ducking AJ, he's trying to find a way out. He's not. Tyson Fury is not ducking. Tyson Fury is not scared of Anthony Joshua, right? I don't know why you think he was. He's not. He's not. Is it a tough fight? Yes. Is it a tougher fight than he pretends it is? Absolutely. But is he scared of AJ? Of course he's not. Of course he's not. He's just frustrated. He's just frustrated that the fight is taken. So he's not fought now. And he mentioned it when the interviewer asked him, or reminded him, that the Deontay Wilder fight was just over a year ago. And you hear in his voice, he repeats, yeah, a year ago. He's so upset that he's not fought since that fight. That's what it is. That's what it is. And he just wants to have a fight. That's why he's like, I'll fight anyone. Didn't he say that? He said, I'll fight anyone now. Now, look, Tyson Fury does sometimes chat shit. He does. But in this instance, I'm not reading it like he's scared of AJ or anything like that. I'm reading it as though he's just a man that's, like most of us, pissed off right now. He wants that big fight. He wants what will be the biggest fight in British boxing history. He wants what will be one of the biggest fights of all time. Forget British boxing history, boxing history. Do you think he doesn't want that? Do you think he doesn't want the chance of becoming undisputed? Do you really think he doesn't want the chance of making, not even the chance he will make, of around £100 million or $100 million? Do you think he doesn't want that? Like, you must be very, very silly to think Tyson Fury doesn't want that. As much as Tyson Fury likes to go on like he's not about his money, he's about his money. He's about his money. And I just feel like he knows more than we do about what's going on behind the scenes, and it frustrates him. He's not going to come out. That's one thing I like about Tyson Fury, that maybe you guys, he's not going to come out and fake for the camera and say, oh yeah, we're close and excited. If he knows it ain't close, he's not going to say it's close. If he knows there's a few hurdles, he's going to be frustrated to think, oh, for fuck's sake, there's a few hurdles. He knows. And it seems as though, I think, no, I'm more in the believe in Tyson Fury than believe in what anyone else has to say. I mean, I think Eddie's going to want to carry us along the journey and say things like, it's close, it's close. I get that. He's a promoter. He's supposed to. But I mean, if we're going on what Tyson Fury has to say, I think we're a bit away. Now, whatever hurdle it is that Tyson Fury is referring to when he spoke about things behind the scenes, hopefully it can get ironed out very quickly. I mean, if it's a Deontay Wilder thing, then that's not going to get ironed out very quickly. And it could be a case like CRB's been saying for about 8 or 9 months. It could be a case if he has to get through Deontay Wilder again. Boy, I don't know, man. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. And I just felt like Tyson Fury was frustrated. Nothing more, nothing less. I also think he was frustrated when he was saying that I'm never going to fight in the UK again. He sounded angry when he said that. And I wonder if it's because of all the bullshit with the Caballero situation where he was going to fight here again, right? Was it the Royal Albert Hall? Can't remember where he was supposed to fight. So he was supposed to fight here in December. It didn't happen. And now he's probably thinking, oh, fuck it. That, for me, just seemed like a fed up Tyson Fury. I mean, that's all I saw. And I don't know if you guys have been fed up with anything in life, but when I'm fed up and you put a camera in my face, I'm going to fucking say some bullshit. When I'm fed up and you ask me questions, I'm going to be like, I'm going to say what you don't want to hear because I'm fed up. And that's what I read. I didn't read he's scared of AJ. I didn't read, oh, he's ducking. I didn't read that the fight's never going to happen. I did read that the fight isn't close to happening yet. I did read that he's pissed off. And I did read that he just wants to have a fucking fight. He's a boxer. He gets paid when he fights. That's all. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. We just wait now for news of what's happening next. I mean, hopefully, I don't know, Eddie or, you know who I really want to hear from? Shelly Finkel. That's who I really want to hear from. I want to hear from the person that doesn't talk so much. You know what I mean? I want to hear from Bob Arum. You know, I want to hear from, and the reason I say Shelly Finkel is because of this Deontay Wilder situation. That's the reason. I want to hear from those people. I don't want to hear from Eddie anymore. I don't even really want to hear from Frank. I want to hear from, not even Bob actually. I want to hear from Deontay Wilder. I want to hear from Shelly Finkel. And that's it really. I want to hear from those. Tell me what's going on, please. If anyone knows, let me know. Sorry, I can't give you any more information, people, but that's just how, you know, I mean, look, I say I can't, I can actually. I mean, I spoke to someone who knows a lot more about the situation than I do. And when I asked that person, is the fight happening? That person was like, I mean, I remember I was like a 99%, I was a 1,000,000,000%. Now that person just killed me by saying, what does that even mean? That's what that person did, you know. No, didn't talk, just went, fucking, let's move on, man. Let's move on. If boxing doesn't give us, I say if, like I'm going to run away from boxing. I'm not leaving the sport. But if boxing doesn't give us AJ Fury this year, then I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about the sport of boxing. If it doesn't give us AJ Fury this year. I've tried to actually explain to someone the other day as to why AJ Fury might not happen. And it just stopped halfway through. Like, I can't be bothered to tell you. Like, I've tried to explain to non-boxing fans some of the BS that goes on in boxing, and they look at me like, what? And yeah, that's the way I feel about the sport sometimes. I'm so happy that this isn't my only sport I love. Like, I'm so happy that I love a bit of mixed martial arts so I can get my happiness and joy from that. I'm so happy I love football so I can get my joy, although I'm not having too much joy now supporting Liverpool, but most of the time I can get some joy from football, athletics, tennis. If this is your only sport, like if you just literally are a boxing fan and boxing fan only, then you might need to go and see someone. Because, boy. All right, Jamel Herring, Carl Frampton is official for April 3rd in Dubai. By the way, Chocolatito Estrada is this weekend. Ooh, jeez, man. Chocolatito Estrada 2 is this weekend. My God. I've literally gone from Estrada's going to win to I now think Chocolatito is going to win. Fact, I think Chocolatito beats him. Joseph Parker's manager, excited about pairing with trainer Andy Lee. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited about that. I did a video, 2 days ago talking about it. And a lot of people in the comment sections were very, very high just because Andy Lee he's very aggressive, right, as a fighter. And I think we've seen with that hookup with Tyson Fury, how Tyson Fury became very aggressive as well. So if they can get some sort of forward fighting style and aggression in Joseph Parker, then I think there's a lot to be excited about. Akoli, I want to KO Glowacki, unify, then go to heavyweight. Let's slow down a bit. I'm very happy that you want to KO Glowacki. Let's see, I want to KO Glowacki, full stop. That's it for me. Let's just focus on that. I mean, yes, let's look to the future, but let's kind of keep that in-house a bit. And let's just get rid of Glowacki first. I think Akoli will beat Glowacki, but Glowacki is no slouch. Glowacki has been beaten by the two best cruiserweights of this era. They're the only two people that have beat him, Usyk and Benavidez. That's it. So he's no slouch. The only thing is he's been out the ring for such a long time. So I do think Akoli will get the job done just because Akoli's fresh. And I think Akoli's good. Not a good inside fighter, but a good outside fighter and a lot of power. Can he unify then go to heavyweight? Yeah, it's there. I mean, there's definitely options. I mean, look at who's got the belts. I mean, Benavidez, Macabre, who I think's got the WBC, and a French guy I think's got a belt as well, but I can't remember. But so look, there's a chance, but I mean, that's a long way away. So let's just focus on what's in front of you, and what's in front of him is a dangerous Glowacki. Jake Paul versus Ben Askren undercard officially announced next. What we got here? David Benavidez, I need to earn Canelo. I'm going to keep calling Charlo. I love that. That warms my heart that he has said that. Because I feel like some people think that like Benavidez is in a situation where, look, this guy got stripped to the WBC, he's unbeaten. He could say, I deserve this Canelo shot. But he's like, no, I need to earn it. And I believe that. I think there are too many fights in and around 160, 168 where a lot of these guys are calling that Canelo. And I'm like, there's other work before you get to the top dog. You know, he's sitting up there by himself on that throne. There's other work in and around that. And I like the fact that Benavidez is saying, look, give me Charlo. Look, you beat a Charlo, then you can call out a Canelo, right? You beat a Plant, definitely call out Canelo. But there's other work in and around 160 and 168. I love the Charlo fight. I don't think it's going to happen. That's far too big a risk for Charlo, but we'll see. I mean, far too big a risk. What's this about? Creed 3. Okay, Michael B. Jordan to make directorial debut, star and produce. It's coming out November 2022. It's too far away for me even to think about right now. 2022, you know, blood. I mean, can you at least let us know what's going on about 4 or 5 months before it comes out? 2022. Whyte questions Povetkin's recovery from COVID. Was it some sort of miracle recovery? Dude, let's just see what happens. You know, I've been seeing people, for some reason, people being putting clips up of that knockout. Jesus. Say it and I'll say it again. One of the best punches I have ever seen. Again, most power punches, I don't know, fighters really load up, right? Really, really load up. It's almost like a fucking tap. It's superb. It's superb. I haven't seen a better punch than that in years. One of the greatest punches, greatest knockouts I've seen for a long time. Let's hope that he has recovered fully, or if it's not just Povetkin thinking, you know, it's a last little payday, a bit of pension money. It's going to be a great fight, that one. I really can't pick a winner in it. I really can't. I will say this, though, about Dillian Whyte. He's been in some tough fights, you know. Some tough fights in the last sort of 5-6 years. Really hard fights where he's taken a few licks, you know. And, I mean, can't take licks from these big boys, man. So hopefully he's not, you know, he's not, like, his punch resistance hasn't gone. I don't think it has, but hopefully it hasn't. Because, I mean, it's not just the Povetkin fight. You go back, Oscar Rivas was a tough fight, took a lot in that. Even Parker started slow, but Parker was a lot. AJ, obviously, Chisora, tough fights he's had. Helenius, I think people forget that as well. So let's just see. Look forward to it, though. What's this? Holyfield claims Mike Tyson is dragging his feet to finalize trilogy. Why am I reading like I can't read? I don't know. I ain't got much interest in it anyway. Who cares? No, I don't care about it. I mean, I cared about the Mike Tyson Roy Jones just because of those little fucking clips that Mike Tyson was putting out when he said, "I'm back," and looked ferocious. Don't necessarily care about this. If it happens, hey, it happens. What else have we got? Cambosos vows to destroy Lopez, then take down Garcia, Haney, and Davis. This is a good fight, you know. It's good scrap. We all obviously are excited about that four. Cambosos can fight, you know. Now, if you don't know, now you know. I'm telling you, he can fight. Usyk frustrated. Wants Joe Joyce deal done or Joshua shot ordered. This is what I'm talking about. They're all frustrated. Joe Joyce is up. I mean, Usyk is frustrated as well. So when you see that Tyson Fury interview, it's all of them. All of them are just very. If you've got a fight signed, fine. If you don't have a fight signed, and you're like Usyk, who hasn't been active in the last 3 years, only 2 fights really, right? A heavyweight anyway, Witherspoon and Chisora. He just wants fights. Like, what's going on? Either give me the Joe Joyce fucking fight or give me my shot against AJ. Like, why am I waiting? Like, I'm not, you know, Usyk's not a young kid anymore. I want to fight. Man, it's almost like they're all waiting for Fury Joshua. Once that happens, then fights will start to happen, right? Fights will be made. And Usyk's one of those people that are just waiting. Joshua the same. Like, everyone's just waiting and it's fucking frustrating, man. We think it's frustrating for us. It's more frustrating for them. Trust me. Way more. I said this might be a long video, but I think I'm kind of done. What's this? Eddie Hearn, I really believe Savannah Marshall stops Clarissa Shields. We should do a 2-fight deal. She's got the power in it. That's the thing about Savannah Marshall. She's got a lot of power, whereas Clarissa doesn't, but Savannah does. So he's going to say that, isn't he? I mean, he's not going to say, fuck it. Savannah's his fighter. He's not going to say, well, I think Clarissa wins. But, yeah, let's see what happens to that fight. It's a fight that, I was going to say, should go on the undercard of AJ Fury, or Fury AJ, wherever you have it. All right, let's end on this one, unless there's a couple more bits. Is there anything more? No, there's not. Just a bit on AJ Fury, but that's bullshit. Josh Taylor. Terence Crawford, of course, he's on my radar. Right now, that fight just... Like, it's weird how... I don't know if it's because we still underestimate or underrate Josh Taylor or Ramirez, because we really should be talking about, oh, the guy's at 140 going up to 147, it's going to be great. You can add, you know, Ramirez and Josh Taylor, but no one's even talking about that. Like, if Josh Taylor becomes undisputed at 140, for some reason, I'm still not very excited about him fighting Crawford, or even the prospect of him fighting Crawford. It doesn't seem a big fight. Maybe if he goes over to America now and has this fight, obviously, and destroys Ramirez and looks really good, then there might be some interest in it. Right now, there's zero interest in Taylor fighting Crawford, which is strange. Again, this is an unbeaten guy at 140 that might clean up, might literally have every single belt in a couple of months, but for some reason, maybe it's because we're so desperate to see Crawford versus Spence. I don't know what it is. Like, I would much prefer to see Crawford Furman than Crawford Josh Taylor. You know? So look, we'll see. All right, guys, I'm done. Peace enough.